see many kinds of psychological thrillers in the forms of movies, in the forms of web series. But in reality, the most talked about psychological thriller right now is Shraddha murder case. We all want an answer for something, and that is a brutal end? Question mark. No. So right now we are actually going to discuss about all the psychological aspects in which this murder has been taken place, or what was going into Aftab's mind, a kind of psychological view on that. We'll just divide it into few things and we'll discuss about it. So I've made a lot of notes about it and I'll just discuss that way. First, psychological perspective, in which we can just decide that Aftab has this kind of personality, or Aftab has this kind of, you can say, a behavior that was manipulative. You heard it right, manipulative. And manipulative behavior, a person actually wants each and everything to be done on his way or in her way. We cannot just point out a male or a female, we have just pointed out a kind of culprit, a person who just is being very manipulative. And Aftab has this kind of personality, which we can just see how he has murdered Shraddha and what all things he has done. Because after having a conversation with Shraddha's friends and each and everyone, they always told that yes, Aftab was very manipulative, right? Second would be he didn't follow the social norms. No, these kind of people, those who have actually this ability to perform these kinds of crimes, intense crime, murders, cutting someone into 35 pieces. Could you ever imagine? Like you have beheaded someone, the one you love. I don't even know. We actually don't even know that Aftab literally loved Shraddha, or was it his intention or something? I'm not talking about Hindu or Muslim right here. I'm not going to make that an issue. I'm just talking about a kind of psychological perspective which a murderer has. He's not being tagged as a serial killer or something. He's being tagged as a murderer who is kind of psychopath. Everyone would call by this name. Many psychologists in their interview also say the same thing. Okay, so he has a thing that he's not going to follow the social norms. These kinds of people will not actually follow the social norms easily. They don't like the social rules, the social foundations, that is the thing. Second would be kind of narcissistic personality. Again, this kind of personality actually don't want any social boundaries, are not compatible with the social gatherings, are not compatible with the society, and they feel very insecure expressing themselves in front of other people. So Aftab might have this kind of personality, and we have to just be careful if we feel that one of our friends, who's just a stranger but has turned to a friend, can have this kind of personality, and you need to be very self-aware, because these kind of cases can take whenever they want. Okay, and Aftab can have impulsiveness. Yes, this crime is all about impulsivity. Impulsive crime, we don't know it was pre-planned or Aftab did it so impulsive. We cannot say that, but yes, in the study it was mentioned that he was actually getting frustrated and wanted to murder her before that only, and it was happening. So we cannot say it right, but yes, Aftab has a kind of impulsive behavior, because this kind of thing which he has done, the act he has performed, is very impulsive and out of very anger. Like very kind of angry reaction that has took place. And even a normal human being which is having a very stable mind won't go through and take this kind of action. A person who has not, you know that balance in which he can manage his anger or something, that person can be very impulsive and just go beyond the boundaries. And that is lack of morality. Lack of morality in these kinds of people are so normal. The criminals don't have moral values, morality towards the society, morality towards their families. They do these kinds of crime. And last of all, lack of sympathy. And that's not last, I suppose. Lack of sympathy, yes. They don't actually have. No, these kinds of people will actually forward the kind of reels, but they won't feel it. They won't empathize with it. Because as checked, Aftab's history of social media and everything. He has forwarded a lot of can say sympathy reels related to animal care and personal care or something related to that. But actually, in reality, we know that what kind of heinous crime he has done. That crime dedicates that no, even if someone is actually showing this kind of sympathy on social media, in reality something can go behind back. Okay, you cannot be so sure about this, right? And last of all, that is anti-social personality. As I told you earlier, lack of moral values, manipulative personality, sorry, impulsive decisions at times. These kinds of people are really antisocial. They are having a complete antisocial personality. They don't fit into the society, and the kind of crime he has performed, the way he has chopped Shraddha's body, it is very awful to speak this way. But the way he has chopped Shraddha's body into pieces, that is very, you could say, so intense, so impulsive. This kind of people actually have a kind of post murder planning might have been performed by him. And I could say that that is very cultivative planning, dysfunctional behavior, maladaptive behavior. These kind of things are into it. We cannot say that what kind of content he was visiting before it, because you know having this kind of information in mind, you might have heard it, you might have visited some kind of content, you might have watched some kind of content. So the conscious learning pattern is very intrusive in this. The person is actually learning. So intent planning and kind of execution Aftab has performed is very rare. It is very something that we need to understand. And I'll be discussing 3 cases in which the same kind of crime has been performed. It's not only Aftab, it has been performed earlier, it has been performed this year, and it is from India also, it is from the other country who's our neighboring country, Bangladesh. And we cannot just say that only a Muslim person has did this. We cannot just blame the whole community related to it. We can just see, let me tell you first. So the first thing I would like to tell you, in 2010, software engineer, yes, software engineer from Dehradun, Rajesh Gulati, murdered his wife, killed his wife, Anupama Gulati, and just kept her body into deep freezer for almost a month or suppose. And just only his brother could find out that yes, my wife, sorry, my sister is missing. His husband has performed some kind of cruelty or something, and he has cut her into 72 pieces. That is so awful to speak. I cannot even speak it properly. But he has killed Shraddha, sorry, not Shraddha, Anupama Gulati into 72 pieces. That is so insane. That is so bad. Literally, it is. And that was performed in 2010. They were having their kids also, but it was the first case. Second case is being done in Bangladesh on 6th of November this month only. I'm not talking about any other year or something. In 2022, after the Shraddha case, and it was performed by Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr actually just went on a date with someone, called her into his house. That was actually Kavita, yeah. Her name was Kavita. They had a kind of issue. They started fighting, and just intrusively, like you can say, again with a hint of accident, he just killed her. He took her into pieces, 6 pieces, and beheaded her. This case has been happened in Bangladesh right after Shraddha murder case. And that is so intrusive, that is so bad. Like we were just coming out of something and we heard it the same way. And in the recent, like 2 days before, I heard about a UP man killing his ex-girlfriend and showing that yes, I'm killing her because of the betrayal she has performed with me. Literally, guys, literally. This is happening in India. And it's not only we are saying that Muslims are doing so, we are pointing out the humans. Human killing human. You understand this? This is not a thing to be just run away with, or just to be, you know, just let it go. You cannot let it go. You just cannot let it go. You have to understand this. And yeah, I was talking about the UP man killed, and the UP man actually killed his ex girlfriend, in which his family was also being supportive. In the planning, he took her to a mandir, and then he went to the, you know, bushes, and then just murdered her, cut her into six pieces, six big pieces. It was so awful. It was so bad. It was so criminal offense. It was everything. Like three cases just right now, and the first one is actually way back, but at least something was going into the mind of the person. I would just say that the women, we girls, we women need to be very bold, courageous, need to be very active after the violence from first incidents. We need to just cut off, we need to just, you know, let it go. Let yourself come out of it quickly. You cannot just be like, let us give some time and everything will be fine. This is love relationship. In love, physical abuse is normal, mental abuse is normal, everything will be fine. No, it won't be. If the person has hit you for the first time, he'll just sorry, he'll hit you for the second time also. And that's true, that's really true. I have gone through this, not with me, I've seen this in front of my eyes, that the person never changes. Those who are having this kind of learning pattern will learn the same way, will perform the same way, will have those conscious things on the same way. He'll do it. You need to raise a red flag against this, okay? You need not to stay in this kind of relationship. Now it's the video is going very long, but we need to discuss a lot of things right now. So the girls' grooming should be done. Boys should be taught each and every time we say this, but there's no improvement as we can see. And I would just suggest a few friends who are watching this. Even my friends don't just help me so early, but I just wish after this they would definitely. You know, guys, if you ever get a message from your friend asking for help, like seriously, do whatever you can. You know why? Because in future, if you couldn't help and the person, your friend, is gone, you'll just only have that regret in yourself. Like Shraddha's friends were literally crying. They were so guilty, they were so regretful of the fact that they couldn't help her. And I don't want. We have to learn from this. How to stay away from these kinds of people. The psychological perspectives which I've told. These are the perspectives we need to find in the person. And we need to stay away from them, right? Helping your friend would be better than regretting all your life. Literally. It would be so amazing that you help them and would feel like, yes, I've just taken a big step. But it will be like taking a small step, but that would be a big step for your friend. Understood? You have to make it there. And the girls need to be very sensitive, need to be mentally so aware that they know that this is wrong, we have to come out of this, we cannot let it happen. You cannot trust the same person again and again. This is so intrusive. And this is going to be a very long video, so I'll be making a reels into part. Last of all, I would really like to talk, I would really like to tell each and every parent who is watching this, or the kids showing them to this, whether your daughter has been married long ago, 5 years ago, right now, or getting married, I would just suggest you to please at least talk to her if she is not feeling good about her husband, if his behavior has changed, or if anything she's feeling suicidal, she's trying to talk to you, you're ignoring her feelings. Don't do this. You never know when's the last time you're going to talk to her. We can never be so, So easy. You cannot just do like that. They are your daughters, they are your kids. You need to understand the fact that once you can just mess it up again, no chance to be given. No chance to be given. Every parent should understand this. Like getting home your daughter, getting back to home is a kind of difficult decision, I understand. But it's better than, sacrificing a life. She could be saved. Your daughter needs to be alive. She doesn't need to die for just to prove to society as yes, I stayed with the man. Like my mother was also kind of suicidal and she tried suiciding once and second time she was so ill that my father left her behind, didn't do for the treatment. The third time I could not bear it. I cannot wait for the third time, and God will only give you chance once or twice even, but thrice God doesn't give chance. Nobody gives any chance. You have to be so clear with this. This case is really so shocking. We were so shocked, and I just stay very close to that area in which that has happened. This crime has occurred. We need to be very serious. We need to be very inclusive. We need to be very aware. Mentally, physically, we shall be, but mentally, also being aware will help you a lot to get out of this, to at least examine the strangers you're making friends with. You cannot just trust someone so easily. You really don't know what's going behind that person's mind. You need to analyze, you need to actually observe their behavior so keenly. And any wrong step they take, you need to just get aside, just go out of the way and never come back. That would be my last advice. I've gone through this and I'm going through this and I've won the kind of fight, so I know. Thank you for watching.